In a second, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Hello, everyone, and thanks for listening. This is episode 11. I'm with Chelsea. How are you, Chelsea?
I'm very well. How are you, Jamie?
Good, thank you. Now, just before jumping on, you said you're a little bit nervous. You're the 11th member. There's nothing to be nervous about.
Yeah, well, yeah. I think it's just me being on screen and, yeah, anyway.
It's all right. But Chelsea, you've been a member for 3 years now, but I actually want to wind back the clock and discuss what you did pre-breakthrough and maybe how long did you have off in between gyms and what made you choose us and what have you accomplished over the last 3 years. So Chelsea, let's wind the clock back. How long did you have off before you first joined us at Wall's End?
Oh, let me just see. I've been trialing, so in my early 20s, so I did do a lot of training. I went to a certain gym in Newcastle, which I enjoyed, and that got me into a lot of group classes, sort of like the Les Mills training, and yeah, really liked the body pump, that kind of thing. That got me interested. That was like my first step into sort of really getting into the gym and really enjoying it.
How old were you then, Chelsea, and how long were you consistent for?
I probably joined that for about 2 years.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say I was all that consistent. I think it was just, probably what I was dealing with through at the time. Like I don't know. It's probably the community too. So, yeah. But then I found actually met a really nice trainer, like a really good trainer who I still talk to now and who's one of my good friends.
Cool.
And she's been a trainer through various gyms in Newcastle. And she founded a little community probably when I was mid-20s.
Yep.
And that happened for about probably 2 years, and I was going consistently then. That was, again, a Les Mills grit. It was called the Grit Shed. Yep. Okay, and it was just all about the Les Mills Grit series. So that got me into like really elevating bit of fitness there. So, and then that had like that community there. But unfortunately, the business end-wise, it just sort of went down. And then it just ended up.
Yeah, we often hear it all the time where someone was training with someone, they really enjoyed it, but then they got another job or it just wasn't financially feasible. Running a gym's hard, like it really, really is. And there's just
it was a shame, and I just really liked that. But it was just really hard to find something that was the same. Like it was just that community. It was just I still have some of those friends from that community. But yeah.
So then have you had a few years off, yeah?
Yeah. I had quite a few years off. Yeah.
And then
so probably a very long time, probably 5, 6. I was trialing certain gyms. I was even trialing some CrossFit gyms around Newcastle, and it just was like, it was intimidating.
Yeah. It's one of those,
you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it's one of those things about community. Like, I know we pride ourselves on it, and it's so cliche, we're the friendliest gym in town, but it's all those intangibles. It's our lovely members, it's Brody, it's Steve, it's yourself that just make up that community. And that community has been built through years and years and years of just finding the right people for our program. And often, if you have nice members, they refer. They're nice friends. And that's just how it works. So Chelsea,
Yep.
let's talk about, I remember our first phone call like it was yesterday. You were actually at the shopping
Yes.
center when you're on the phone.
Yes. Shopping centre. I
How
remember I
good is
was
my memory?
walking.
And that was
Yep. Yep. I remember. I remember it.
yeah, it was you
Um,
and your friend Michelle.
yes. Yep.
Cool.
So she was actually the one that she was the one that initiated the whole thing. So I'm like, yeah, yeah, because I was interested, and she knew I was interested in, getting fit again and whatnot. And so yeah, I just did it.
Cool.
Like, yeah, it's good to have someone that wanted to do it with me, um, and share the same interests. So
Cool.
yeah, so
And
we joined, and
we got you enrolled, and I remember your first session was a Monday morning at like 9:30 at Wall's End. How were you
yep.
feeling when you first walked into that session?
Yeah, I think it helped walking in with some, like, your friend that's in the same boat as well.
Yeah.
So I was still nervous. Mate, honestly, shitting bricks. Like, it was nerve-wracking.
And
Even though I was with, like, one of my best friends, like, I was just like, oh God. But
and was it walking into the environment of new people, or was it the unknown of what was about to happen, or was it that you were worried that your fitness level wasn't going to be up to scratch? What was the main concern?
I don't think it was more, I don't know. I think it was more the unknown. And I think that's just me in general, like, just not knowing.
No,
But
I spoke to Alicia.
I know,
I spoke to Alicia last week about this. And when you join a new gym, it's not just the actual exercise. It's where do you park? It's where do you stand before the class starts? Where do I put my towel and water bottle? And there's
yeah,
those 10
yep,
unknowns, followed by the fact that you're about to work out. And the majority of people that are starting or are getting started with us, haven't worked out for a while. So it's just this one big ball of nervous, anxious energy.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I do remember Corey. Corey, my first session. Corey and Mel was in there, and I'm pretty sure Lindsay was there as well in
Lindsay's
that
never missed,
session.
Lindsay's never missed a 9:30 class in her life, so I'm
Yeah,
sure.
probably not. Since I don't think since
Yeah.
to this day, but yeah, I remember Corey and Mel. Corey introduced himself, and and that, and Mel was like, I remember Mel was beside him at the front, and me and Michelle were sort of more, we were next to them actually, and yeah, no, like, Mel was just, I just remember her just like involving us a little bit, just having a bit of a chat while we're working out, and stuff like that, and
That's so
yeah,
nice.
just stuff like that. It just makes it so much. It just calms you a little bit, and you just get on with it, I
Yeah,
guess. Yeah.
absolutely. And just that friendly face to walk up and say hello on your first session, doesn't know you from a bar or so, can really
Yep.
make you feel welcome. And I guess that would have helped you think maybe this community is like the last community that was no longer around.
Yeah. Yeah. So, um, yeah. So, um, yeah. I don't know. There happened to be Sorry.
That's okay. How
Yeah.
did you feel after the first session? Like, were you sore? Were you tired? How'd it go?
Um, I just remember saying, "Oh my God, why have I left this so long?" I I used to be quite strong and fit and stuff like that. Like, I actually was going into the Air Force when
I
I
didn't,
was like
I didn't know
20.
that. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So that kind of stuff. And I'm just like, why have I left? What? Why? So I
It's a funny,
think,
funny thing. People put it off for so long, and after that first session, that first week, it's that realization, like, why have I put this off for so long? Because
yeah,
the second you do it, like, you walk out instantly feeling better. Maybe not the next
yeah,
day when you're a little bit sore, but just mentally too, you just feel so much better. And it's the, I guess, just being proud of yourself for finally taking
mm,
that.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Um,
And
yeah.
fast forward 3 years later, you're still with us.
Hmm.
And where has your biggest improvement been from that first session when you started with us all the way up until now?
Definitely the running. Like, definitely the running. My fitness has like improved so much. I'm so much stronger, and my mental health. Like, um, I don't know. I can't explain it. Like, it's just something about when I have those bad days, they're the days that I really need to go, and I know that. And so you just go. And I think getting in the car and going to the gym, that is the hardest part. Once you're there, that's it. That's the hardest part.
And in regards to
Honestly, the workout is nothing.
yeah,
You
and
know what I mean? Like it's it's tough while you're doing it, but the most difficult part is getting there. Like, you know
in
what I mean?
to those, yeah, in regards to those bad days when you're not feeling good, like how do you feel before you go versus how do you feel the second you finish? Or even the second you walk into the gym and Steve's there to give you a high five?
Yeah. So, I might have like the most crappiest day at work and stuff's going on at home and blah blah blah, and you're just like, yeah, I'm here, I'm here. You walk in and there's Steve. And you only got to look at Steve because
Hey
you
Chelsea,
just see his face and you're like,
hey Chelsea, what's for dinner? What's your favorite movie? You just don't stop asking
yeah,
questions.
it's just something, like, but I don't know. Steve's just got a funny face, doesn't he? Like, I just laugh at him. So,
So
um,
I guess the gym, is it safe to say that it is your happy place? Like it is your place that you
it
go
is,
switch
it
off?
is, it is, and a bit of a little bit of escape too. So it's just, um, yeah, it's just somewhere where it's just for me. It's just for me. I get to focus on I just get the job done, go in, get the job done, just focus on myself. Like,
Yeah, and
and
some,
that's a good thing. And I think a lot of people are like that at the gym, and that's the best thing because you find like when you walk into like a normal, like a normal gym, like,
24 hours.
with, yeah, and you know, you got your mirrors and people are like you feel like people are looking at you and stuff like that. Whereas Break-Thru, you're in, you say hello to everyone, you have your chat and everything like that. It's fun. You just go in, get it done. And and everyone supports each other.
I think especially
So
mental health, if you're having a bad day and you walk in and you see Steve and he's friendly, even that the workout, they're hard, don't get me wrong, they are definitely challenging, but just the fact that you're focusing on the actual physical component of the workout, it can really
yep,
get you out of your own head. Because if you're about to
absolutely.
do a warm-up, a strength workout, or a cardio workout, you're thinking about that workout, and it is
Yep,
so
you're
good
just
to have.
focusing on that one thing and not like 1,000 other things.
Yeah, even for me,
Yeah.
I'm absolutely glued to my phone, like glued to it. And between 7:30 and 9, that's Jamie time, and nothing
Yep.
gets in the way. And that's when I work out, and I experience that same thing where I'm not worried about the next thing that has to happen during the day. So yeah, in terms of like your mental health, it just gives you lots of clarity too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's funny too, because like
Absolutely.
maybe you've got the same, but if I miss a session, if I miss that 7:30 or 9 a.m. block, it really does affect me for the rest of the day.
It does. Yeah, it does. And if I miss a gym session, I'm at least going outside to get my steps up or something like that. So I'm lucky I've got Bill, my dog.
Well,
So
yeah, that's a good
yeah,
thing too.
God
Yeah,
love him.
that's the thing. When we talk about like being physically active, it doesn't have to revolve around the gym. It is just get your body outside for half an
No,
hour
you just
or an hour a
yeah,
day.
just move. That's pretty much it. Just move. Set yourself a goal. Doesn't have to be 10,000 steps. I've learned even from you, like looking at some of your videos, like even 8,000 steps. You know what I mean? Like,
We need
even
to
for
stop,
beginners.
we need to stop viewing like a step count or calories or protein intake as like good, bad, pass or fail. It's just
Mm,
a continual process to try and remain active day after day after day.
yep,
And I
yep.
think for most people, my recommendation is around that 70,000 a week. And how that
Mm,
works, if you do 8,000 on Monday, maybe you could do 12,000 tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because there's going to be those days when you're at home, you're stuck at work, it hasn't been a great day, and you do very little.
Yeah.
Just make up for it the next day. And I think that's the other part of having a trainer and a coach. Just, hey, Chels, get you back to the gym.
Yeah.
Hey, Chels, make sure you go on that walk today. Hey, Chels, drink that water. And if everyone went to the gym 3 days a week, if everyone drank 3 to 4 liters of water, if everyone had a relatively good step count, they'd be amazed at how much their health has improved in a 3, 6, or 12-month time frame.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true. Yeah. And it all coincides with like your whole entire well-being as well as your mental health, doing all that too.
So how has exercise improved your mental health?
It as you said, as we discussed previously, like focusing on just, getting out of your headspace and just trying to focus on that, on what you're doing rather than 1,000 different things. It's given me a lot of sense of achievement too, like a lot of confidence. I've lost a lot of inches. I've dropped probably half a dress size.
That's awesome.
Like I can go into a shop and know exactly what size, whereas before I was
Fingers
in between quite large sizes. Like it was just like, oh my gosh. Whereas now I'm going between 16 to 18 size, which is good. So this year I'm focusing a lot more on my nutrition this time, because I feel like I had started antidepressants, so that was my decision. I felt like I needed just that little bit extra help, because I do have a lot of stuff going on, but that's okay. And it's okay to be on those.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. Just to get yourself through it, and it's helped immensely. And I feel like I'm more myself lately too.
At the end of the day, there's nothing wrong with anything if it helps you. Like
exactly right. It's a personal. It's
who is anyone?
You do you.
Right or wrong, and that's where just like, as long as you're feeling better, if it gets you out of bed in the morning, if it gets you moving more, then it's great.
I'm feeling more myself and more talkative and a bit more bubblier.
Yeah. One of my favorite things about you, Chels, is you are to what Corey is to you. And what I mean by that is the same way you walked in your first session and Corey and Mel walked up to you, I see you do that to our new members. And it's just really, really, really amazing. I say it almost every week on the podcast, like you can make such a difference in someone else's journey. Because I feel as though when someone walks in the gym, that first 5-10 minutes is so crucial. They're either going to have that feeling of, oh my, what have I done? or they're going to think, finally, I've found that place for me.
Yeah. And I think I'm kind of like that just in life in general. So I don't know if it's because I've been in customer service my whole entire life. It's not hard to be kind. Not hard to have a smile. It's just be nice, be friendly. We've all been we've all been there. So I'm not like, I may have been with Break-Thru for a few years now, but I'm certainly not the fittest or the smallest I've been, but I'm much happier. I feel the strongest I've ever been.
It's really, really good.
I feel like I'm in a good place. So this is why this year I'm going to try and focus on the nutrition and
It's the thing too about like some nutrition sometimes, like if you are not feeling healthy, both inside and out, it's probably a bad time to start a diet. Because dieting is a very stressful event in itself. Like if you are going into a calorie deficit, your body is, I guess, lacking the nourishment it needs to maintain your weight. So losing weight can be quite stressful on your body. And if you're not physically, mentally healthy, then don't do it. Like there is an art of just being able to maintain your weight, stay fit, stay strong, and then pick and choose when you decide that if you want to go down that route of nutrition.
Yeah, and that was a thing where I wanted to start my fitness journey. I knew where my mental health was, and I knew if I focus on weight loss, I just feel like it was just going to be mayhem. So I just focused on more on just getting fitter, getting stronger, just getting on with it, meeting new people as well, because wasn't really socializing much as well with what was going on in mental health and or not. Um, but yeah, now I can focus. Now that my head's a bit better, I can focus a little bit more on
That's
the
really good. Quite often I have a phone call similar to our phone call 3 years ago, and they'll be on the phone, they haven't trained for a while, they're looking at geese, all right, Jamie, what's the diet? How many calories should I eat? I'm just like, just show up at the gym 3 times a week first. Let's just keep it simple. Like, me, Mitch, Steve, Brody, we all truly believe in training 3 days a week. If you can do that for 1, 2, or 3 months, you're going to be fitter, you're going to be stronger. You're naturally going to eat better anyway, and that's when the result comes. But if we're 3, 4, 5, 6 months in, and perhaps the scales aren't going the right way, it could be a simple adjustment. But when people get started, they want the magic pill. Like they always want, like I say, like let's train 3 days a week. They're like, I want to come 6 days a week. I'm like, you haven't trained 6 days for 5 years. Like, let's just start.
Let's
just start with 3.
Yeah.
And just that all or nothing mentality is so unhealthy. So I look at you or Corey or Mel or any of our most successful members, they just average 3 days a week. And why 3 is so important is because, of course, we're going to have down weeks. Of course, we're going to have good weeks. But if you're having the world's worst week and you come twice, but then next week you come 4 times, over that fortnight, we've averaged 3 a week.
Yep.
And it's just like, it is the simple answer that everyone needs to hear. Like 3 days a week, get out in the sun, drink some water, and your physical and mental health will be so much improved. And then at that point, we can talk about carbohydrates or perhaps a certain type of diet. But do not get your dieting advice off Instagram. And if I ever go on a member's phone and open up their Explore and it's bikini model, bikini model, bikini model, I'm going to be really upset because we need to stop comparing ourselves to others.
Yeah, and that was me in my 20s, but now that I'm in my 30s, I hit a light bulb moment. So I went on a holiday with my family in Queensland on the Gold Coast, and I have always, growing up, I had like a backyard pool, and Mum always had to yell out at me to get out of it. So I was always in it first thing, out of it, and by dinner. And so I was at I was at the Gold Coast, and I went to Movie World in 40-degree heat, wearing jeans and a t-shirt because I didn't want my legs showing. And I wouldn't get into a swimsuit. And after that day, I'm just like, what am I doing? This is ridiculous. Like, I love the water. And I'm just looking around and like, this is ridiculous. So from then on, I just stopped. I stopped following those types of images. I've started following only certain types of fitness people that are more positive. You know what I mean? Like some ones where you don't want to compare it. So,
well, I was the same when I was younger. Like I was in a 24-hour gym, like most young guys, and every guy next to you is bigger and stronger and bigger and stronger and bigger and stronger, and you end up on the hamster wheel, and then you end up chasing that physique or that unattainable physique in most cases for what and for who? Because when I was younger, me and Mitch loved a night out more than anyone. And I couldn't have the best of both worlds, right? So we'd go out, we'd wake up Sunday, hungover, like, I've got to get back to the gym. And we just wouldn't feel good about ourselves. And at the end of the day, like, you just have to work out what's important to you, what are you willing to sacrifice, and at no point should you be going to Movie World having all of your skin covered up on a 40-degree day.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. And I just thought it was the most stupid thing. And like, what have I been doing? What, like for so long? Like, yeah, so now I don't really give a shit. I'm wearing the swimsuit. I'm going and, yeah, enjoying life
And what gave you that
more.
confidence?
So,
What gave you that
yeah,
confidence?
yeah. I gained especially more confidence joining Break-Thru for sure, because I started with the exercise, and I felt like, I was getting stronger, and I don't want to use the word toning, but I could see some definition in like arms and more the legs and stuff like that. So I was seeing positive things, and um yeah, and now I just wear what I want.
It's good to be confident.
Yeah, bugger it.
Like body confidence is such an important topic, and I feel as though it's just going to get worse and worse as social media grows and grows and grows. And at the
Yeah.
end of the day, like no one actually cares. Like everyone's
They
so
don't.
yeah,
They don't.
everyone's
You
so
know.
everyone's so wrapped up in their own life. Because if I'm at
Yeah.
movie world Chelsea, I'm thinking like I want to get in that roller coaster. Like,
Yeah.
and I'm literally counting like, okay, there's 6 people in front of me, there's 6 chairs, 2 more spins. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's just like, I remember there's a few photos, and my face is like a beetroot. Like, it is so hot, and I'm surprised I didn't pass out.
Yeah.
It was just.
If I wore long jeans to movie world Chelsea, I'd have the world's biggest chafe, and it would ruin my day.
And you know what I did the next day? We went to Wet and Wild, and I
Yeah.
wore the swimsuit. And I went down the slides, and I went in the wave pool rocking that one-piece swimsuit, and I just went bugger it.
If you wore long jeans down the slides of Wet and Wild, then people would have thought, what is that?
Oh, God. Yeah.
Well, Chelsea, I just want to thank you for coming on today. I know I speak for myself, Brody, Steve, and Mitch. We are really proud of how far you've come since your first session at Walls End until you are right now. And you know the drill, just average 3 sessions a week forever, and we'll never have a problem.
That's it.
Awesome. Thanks, Chelsea. Appreciate your time. Have a lovely night.
Thanks, Jamie. You too.